Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Marked Up,
And
episode
now, for the
49. But
main
yes,
event.
it's a special episode 49. Tonight is the Mark Hall of Fame. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
You're listening to Marked Up, the greatest wrestling show in the history of the universe. With your hosts, Credo, The Raz, Albert, Johnny B. Rude, and VIP Brian Chairs. Are you ready to get marked up?
Welcome everybody to the Mark Hall of Fame. And I can't think of a more fitting way to start the show than by what I'm about to do. I am JBR, one half of the legendary tag team VIP Rude. Now, tonight is a special night. We have all kinds of people tonight that are going to be inducted into the most prestigious Hall of Fame of all time. I want to tell you about the first inductee. This guy is a legend, okay? You probably started to hear about him on Marked Up. He had a segment called The Buzz. You all know him as VIP Brian Chairs. I simply know him as my best friend. VIP is the man. He's always been there for me. He's got my back, whether it's on Spreecast or in real life. So I am honored to induct my buddy, my pal, my best friend, VIP Brian Chairs, into the Hall of Fame. So I'm going to bring him on, and we're going to talk to him real quick. There he is, my guy, VIP. I wish I had a shirt that said I'm a VIP guy. I'll settle for the VIP Rude, but congratulations, buddy.
Hey man, thank you very much. When they came to me and told me I was going in the Hall of Fame, I said Johnny B. Rude has got to be the one to induct me into the Hall of Fame. Man, you did a great job tonight. I appreciate it. I love you like a brother, man. And thank you. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to Johnny B. Rude for that great introduction. You're awesome. We're awesome. The Marks are awesome. Guys, this is going to be a great night. You know, I'm the first inductee, and some people may think, you know what, going on first, that might not be a good thing. But to me, going on first, that means I'm the Andre the Giant of the Mark Hall of Fame. The very first inductee. I'm going to take this to my grave, guys. Now, there are many people I'd like to thank. I already thanked you, Johnny. I want to thank Credo for starting this off. I want to thank the Raz. I want to thank Albert. I want to thank Woes for sucking so much in our match a few weeks ago that I won on February 27th. I just want to throw that out there. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my girlfriend. I want to thank my dog. I want to thank everybody and anybody that has ever shaped me into the man that I am today. I want to thank Barney Stinson. He's my idol. He's my hero. I want to thank Shawn Michaels for making me a mark. I just want to thank everybody that has ever been in my life and has molded me to be a professional wrestling fan. And Johnny, I think we need to continue this show. I could talk all night, man. You know that. They all know that. We have a lot of great inductees, guys. Thank you very much. This is a great honor. I love you all. Thank you, most importantly, to the Marks. Now, with that said, guys, it is now time to induct our very first inductee, who is not one of the original five here on Marked Up. You may have seen him on the streets of Chicago. You may have seen him in the front row at any WWE show. You may have seen him at Access. Now, before I even continue, I say you may have seen him, and without a doubt you have seen him, because he sticks out like a sore thumb, and I mean that in the best possible way. Our second inductee is Frank the Clown. This guy is all over the place. I think he even may be close personal friends with one CM Punk. That's a mystery. They sort of have a love-hate relationship thing going on. I'm going to bring him on very soon. You can meet him in the front row of any pay-per-view or event, WWE event that he is at. He's a great guy, and I am honored to bring him on right now and induct him into the Mark Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. And now the funny thing is, before I go on, I came on beforehand, before anyone was watching this, and I was just dressed in aqua. The shirt I was wearing, aqua, I guess, is the appropriate color. And I saw how Brian was dressed and how everybody else was dressed, and I had to match it. He still looks very pop, I guess is the word, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
And no problem. Thank you very much. This is your moment. What do you have to say? What made you a Mark?
Well, I remember it was about 1996, I want to say. The first time I watched wrestling, I was flipping through the channels, and I was a WCW guy back in the day. I was mainly WCW, and I flipped over to WWF when it was on to Raw. And it was one of the spring break nitros, those crazy nitros they had outside at Panama City Beach. And it was Kevin Nash and I believe Scott Hall just beating the hell out of Rey Mysterio, throwing him into a trailer and slamming him on the concrete and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And from that moment on, I was a Mark. And people like to use Mark sometimes as a derogatory, kind of demeaning comment towards wrestling fans. No, they don't understand. Mark is something we should all be proud of because we're all Marks together. It's what we love.
That is correct, man. Well, we thank you very much for being here tonight. Do you have anything else you want to let the world know?
Well, I want to thank everybody else that's going to be getting inducted tonight, just because some of these guys, they were going at it long before I was. Like John, the biggest fan, I don't want to spoil too much, and Rick, the sign guy, and Marcus. All these guys have been going to shows and being huge Marks for many years, and they kind of are the founding fathers in my words, for all these Marks. And without them, I don't know if there'd be a Frank the Clown. And we're all fans. Nobody's better than anybody else, but I want to thank those guys definitely, and quite an honor to be the first Mark inductee of the night, of course, after you, because you are the VIP yourself. So but yeah, thanks for the opportunity, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you very much for joining us. And anybody that's watching, you guys could follow Frank at Frank WWE Clown on Twitter. Frank, thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
Wow, guys, great start to the Mark Hall of Fame tonight. This is where I transition now, guys. But Frank, thanks for joining us. It was great. VIP, thanks, brother. Our next inductee into the Mark Hall of Fame is Marcus Mays. Now, for all you out there who may not know him, I'm going to roll a video package for you to get acquainted with Marcus before we bring him on. And yes, that's right, we have video packages now, so here we go. You're going to see a bunch of Marcus Mays clips right now. There he is, in the We Hate Cena shirt. I got to get one of those. Definitely got to get one of those. You see, Mark seems to find this. Giving it to the kid. Stand-up kind of guy.
You know, I feel so good about tonight.
All right, let me bring him on now. Our next inductee, Marcus Mays. Marcus, thanks for joining us, and welcome to the Mark Hall of Fame.
Oh man, thanks a bunch, man. I'm just a fan. A lot of people say, "Oh, you work for WWE." Yeah, they're gonna pay a black guy to put on the We Hate Cena shirt and sit there and act stupid, right? But anyway, man, I'm from Dallas, man. So I grew up. My dad owned an auto parts company, so less than 200 yards from my shop was a Sportatorium. So I'm 30 years old. I grew up watching the Von Erichs. Been a wrestling fan my whole life. I got a whole room here dedicated to wrestling in my home. I got all kind of stuff on the wall. I got all my chairs. I got chairs in closets. I got a thing here. The only thing not related to wrestling is, of course, my Dallas Stars stuff and Michael Jordan, stuff like that. But everything else is all wrestling. I don't know if you guys can see it good enough, but I got all kind of stuff. And my fiance that's always with me, the hot chick that normally sits next to me, she makes all kind of stuff. She makes this box for my kid that's with us. And you see this box here is just full of figures, We're just big wrestling heads, man. So we love
awesome.
it, man.
That's why you're in the Hall of Fame, Marcus. That's great.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks, man. Thanks. It's an honor, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody knows
anything you want to share, maybe anything you want to share real quick too? Maybe a memorable moment, something that you think is really funny that stood out when you were on TV at any of those clips that we just showed, or?
Yeah, I guess it had to be the Rise Above Hate shirt. I mean, because he always would come up mess to me during house shows, but he never, he never told me anything about, hey, I'm going to come out doing a pay-per-view. That was pretty cool, He's put me over, so I guess I can't hate him too much.
Perfect.
And then honestly, I don't hate the guy. He's a great guy, man. I just like messing with him, dude. So there's actually some people out there that really hate the guy. That's just awful. But hey.
No, yeah, definitely. I also want to put up your Twitter handle so people can follow you. I'm going to put it up right now. It's Mays We Hate Cena. So if you guys are on Twitter, you can follow him down there. And hopefully, is there another show we're going to see you at, Marcus? The next show we could possibly see you at?
I'm going hanging out Mania weekend, but I'm not going to Mania because I can do 4 or 5 pay-per-views for the price of Mania. So, And at Mays We Hate Cena is the real me. It's an imposter out there that Frank brought to my attention. It's a fake We Hate Cena guy. It's a fake We Hate Cena guy Facebook page also. My Facebook page is just Marcus Mays, and my Twitter is at Mays We Hate Cena. And thanks a bunch, man. It's been an honor.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us, Marcus. Thanks a lot.
No problem, man. Cool.
All right. I'm going to bring on the Raz now, and I believe he has something to talk about our next inductee. So Raz is dressed up for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. Look at this guy. Goes all out.
That's right. Thank you, Credo. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm dressed for the occasion, like you said. I don't know how we're going to top that off. We've had 3 great inductions so far. VIP, Frank the Clown, and Marcus Mays. Unbelievable. Big things to come. But now it's time to introduce and induct another Mark into the Hall of Fame. Now this guy is somebody that I'm personally friends with off of this show here. He is a good friend. He's a big wrestling fan. Always enjoys watching shows. He is the man of 1,000 words. And tonight we're going to add one to that. And that one is an induction into the Mark Hall of Fame. This year's inductee, who I'm proud to present, is my good friend, Albert.
Thank you, Raz. It's an honor to be inducted by you. Thank you for those kind words. And this is a great honor, man. Really kind of speechless. Being one of the members, starting with you, Credo, VIP, JBR, and everyone else, it's kind of, I don't know, man. Kind of a loss for words to see where we've come from and to now kind of being inducted.
Look, it's a big step forward we took. We took a chance 49 episodes ago, and look where we are. 7 touchdowns and 7 extra points later.
Exactly. And I'm seeing some people, literally just commenting they're speaking more than I normally do, which is, I don't know.
And Albert, I must, and I appreciate it because we're all dressed up and you're just keeping it real. Shirt, tie-dye shirt, and I'm sure that was for Frank the Clown because I know clowns love, tie-dye and colors and everything, and the hat.
The hat, tie-dye. I'm not
so Albert,
you guys do the ties. Keep it simple.
Albert, Albert, as a mark, tell me, what is that mark moment that made you that mark?
Oh, kind of just seeing Bret the Hitman Hart giving his promos over and over again, having that belt and, putting it up against anyone and everyone.
Absolutely. Albert, you deserve this honor, and I'm going to leave the floor to you because I think you have an announcement too as well.
I do. Now I'm taking over everything. All right, I apologize, everyone. Just rocking out tie-dye. No tie. Other people won't be coming on with a tie, so we'll leave it at that. Now, it's time to introduce another person. I'm introducing the Brock Lesnar guy. Cue the video.
I don't know that I've ever been around anyone that have had more passion for what they do for a living.
A kid who grew up watching WWE, loving WWE, one day hoping to live and realize his dream.
All right, everyone. Unfortunately, Brock Lesnar guy could not be here this evening, but on his behalf, he extends his thank you, and we thank him for being here in the Mark Hall of Fame. VIP.
Yeah, congratulations to Brock Lesnar guy. An honor well deserved. Speaking of honors that are well deserved, it is now time for the highlight of the night. It is now time for the induction of Johnny B. Rude. Now, before we bring him on, I just have to say, this guy is the greatest mark that I have ever met in my entire life. You know, he may not go to every show or every pay-per-view, but he's the guy who brought us Oh You Didn't Know. He's the guy that not only buys every DVD that's ever released, but every Blu-ray as well. See, Johnny B. Rude, he was in attendance for WrestleMania 23, as well as many other epic shows and events that have happened in the history of pro wrestling. I mean, the guy has even met Vince McMahon. If that doesn't make you the ultimate mark, I really don't know what does. And more than any of that, Johnny B. Rude is my best friend. That right there is the greatest bond two people can ever have. And as that is the reason, it is my absolute honor and privilege to induct God's gift to the world, Johnny B. Rude, into the Mark Hall of Fame.
With a tear in my eye, VIP, I accept this wonderful honor. I couldn't be more proud to be in anything in my life than the Mark Hall of Fame. It started with, a dream. I was a little boy in Indiana watching Saturday Night's Main Event when I saw what happened to be the greatest wrestler of all time. And I would say, in my opinion, but I truly feel it, ravishing Rick Rude. So at 3, maybe 4 years old, I came out with a little robe on. I strutted my stuff, and I told everybody that it was time for them to cut my music so I could show them what a real man looks like. So I just want to let all of you know I couldn't have done any of this without you. I love all the Marked Up crew, everybody who came on tonight, Frank the Clown, Marcus, all the Brock Lesnar guy. I mean, a lot of people, we go to these shows because we love wrestling, but something magical happens and we all meet each other and we all get to mark out together. I think it's amazing. I am so happy to be in this Hall of Fame, and I think it's an ultimate honor. I'm so happy from all of you guys. From the bottom of my heart, thanks a lot for this induction, and I can't wait to see all of you at Mania. So thank you guys, and thank you, VIP. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Listen, man, you are the epitome of Mark, and if there's a Mark out there that doesn't love you, they need to be exiled, because you are the greatest Mark that I have ever met in my life, and you, more than anybody in the world, deserves this honor. It was my privilege to induct you here tonight.
Thank you very much, buddy. I don't even know how to follow that up. I'm gonna try my best though. Thank you, VIP. Now we saw Frank the Clown earlier, and some of you may have seen the guy that usually sits next to him, and his name's John Glick. Now that may not pop in your mind right away because he doesn't have a bright wig on, but this guy does have an airbrushed blazer. Okay, now a while back there was a contest, WWE's Biggest Fan, and some of our inductees themselves were in there tonight. Now this guy has also got a special place in my heart, even though he doesn't even know me. He's also a fellow Hoosier, so he's from Indiana, and I think the monkeys in the TV truck are telling me that we have a video for Mr. John Glick. So let's roll that video, and then maybe we can talk a little bit more about John Glick. There he is, right there. John Glick himself could not be here, but he was great enough to send us a message to all of you and wanted to tell you how much it meant to be into the Mark Hall of Fame. So we're going to roll that, and I'll let you guys see what you think about that.
What's up, guys? WWE's Biggest Fan, John Glick here, and I just want to send out a huge thank you.
I think that you got a good idea there. I do want to read a little bit about what he left us a statement as well. So I'm going to read this real quick. He said, "I've been a wrestling fan for literally as long as I can remember. My parents took me to my first wrestling live event when I was just a year and a half old. I've been hooked ever since. I always went anytime it was in town. Once I was able to drive, I started traveling a couple hours for shows. It just kept growing and growing until I was about 30 to 40 WWE shows every year. Since 2004, I've done 8 to 10 pay-per-views each year and currently have a streak of 16 in a row. In 2007, he was a finalist in WWE's Biggest Fan contest, and from that point forward, he started using the WWE's Biggest Fan name. Everyone seemed to have a gimmick but me, so he decided to start wearing the white airbrush jacket at WrestleMania 27, and he's worn it ever since. He says, going to shows is a complete obsession. I will always be a fan no matter what. It consumes me. It's a huge honor to be recognized as part of the Mark Hall of Fame. I can't explain how cool it is to be recognized as a fan. Thousands of dollars, and years later, I wouldn't change a thing. Thanks again, and see you soon at a show." So, there's been a lot of great marks tonight. I think John Glick is definitely up there. So I look forward to hopefully meeting him at WrestleMania. And I'm going to bring it now to this guy, Credo.
Rock on via VIP Rude. I was going to say Johnny B. Rude. Great show so far. A lot of marks getting inducted tonight. If you're a mark out there and you're wondering, why didn't I get inducted tonight? Well, don't worry. you might be a future Hall of Famer for the Mark. So, but moving on, because the show must go on, right, guys? Another guy, or I should say guys, who are going into the Hall of Fame tonight are none other than Vladimir the Superfan and Frankie Love. Now, I didn't have a video, I didn't have time to put together a whole big reel of these guys, but if you were a wrestling fan in the 80s, in the 90s, you always saw these two ringside. Everything. You could look up Vladimir the Superfan, Google it, YouTube it, you'll find videos. Let me read a little statement that Frankie sent, because Vlad's a little bit hard to get a hold of, but Vladimir said, Vladimir and Frankie Love, they met in the early 80s at MSG. They were at every Garden show together when they ran monthly, and they've always had the same seats. There was a group of 10 to 12 of them that would just travel to pay-per-views together and stay at hotels with the boys. And let's see, at first they just went to the Big Five pay-per-views, but once they started the chairs, they went to everyone, like giving out the free chair, the chairs when you go to the show. He says he has every chair that WWE or WWF ever produced from WrestleMania 10 and forward. When they started them up until all the way to WrestleMania 20, I think he believes he has, including rare chairs that include the Global Warming Australia Tour chair, the Heart Attack Tour chair, what else? And even one from the opening night of WWE New York. But they were very close with Shawn Michaels and a few of the other guys. And in 1989, Frankie started training to wrestle and did enhancement work with them in WCW in 96 and 97. He worked for ECW from the day they opened until the day they shut down. And when he was in a serious car accident that ended his career in 2001, but he returned back to the indie circuit in late 2003, and he currently works at the Warriors of Wrestling as the head of security. I know we were going to try to get them on tonight, but it didn't happen. We will be sure to post a video response when we get it. But like I said, go to Google, type in Vladimir Superfan. You'll see these guys everywhere. I'm sure all you marks out there remember these guys always on the shows. So Vladimir the Superfan and Frankie Love, welcome to the Mark Hall of Fame. All right, let me bring in, I think Albert's coming on next to induct the next person.
All right, Credo, how are you, buddy?
Doing good, man.
Good night.
I think, yes, it's a good night so far. A lot of things going on.
All right, here we go, everybody.
So, Albert, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Without further ado, it is my honor to induct Tom Dotier. I think I mispronounced that. Unfortunately, he cannot be here this evening, but on his behalf, I want to thank him, and we are going to be sure to post his response on our website. Oh, we have a video. Don't have it. All right. Now, Raz, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm having fun, man. Lots of great inductees into this year's class. I can't wait to meet everybody at WrestleMania, and the countdown is on. I am excited.
All right, Raz. Well, listen, I got some good news for you, buddy.
What's that? I'm all about good news.
Well, it's my honor and my privilege to induct you as the next person to enter the Mark Hall of Fame. Yep, and I want you to sit there as I continue with my speech here. Ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't prepare a speech, though.
Raz, it's okay. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Relax. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, while Raz gets a hold of himself and comes up with a great speech that we're looking forward to, let me personally tell you a little bit about Raz. Raz is, of course, an original member of Marked Up. He is also our sports guru. Anything you want to know on any sports, please, consult Raz. He's also the self-professed ladies' man. And as Raz inducted me and I get to return this honor, I also know Raz outside of Marked Up. He's a great man, and this is a tremendous honor. And Raz, take it away, buddy. Hopefully that was enough time for you.
I don't know. I saw a good friend of ours, Albert, give a speech just a few weeks ago on the Oscars, and I just hope that I can do just as good as him. But I got the blinking light that's telling me 30 seconds right now, so I'll do this quick. Albert, I got to thank you for presenting this award. I just don't know what I can do. I got to thank the rest of the guys on the show: Credo, JB, VIP, all the people we've had on our shows before. All you guys, all you marks, listen, it's about you. You guys make me and the rest of the boys at Marked Up the best show that we can be. We're here for you guys. I can't wait to induct some of you guys next year here at the Mark Hall of Fame. Oh man, I don't know. I just can't. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure, but we do have some great inductees that deserve this, I think, a little bit more than I do. So I do want to actually introduce our next inductees into the Mark Hall of Fame. Now, for those of you guys who've been Marks since the 80s, you will recognize this trio. This trio, the Rosati sisters, they are legends at the very start of Monday Night Raw. They traveled with the WWE. You saw them on the Bobby Heenan show. They are a wonderful piece into WWE history. We have a great video that I would like to show you before we properly induct them into the Hall of Fame. So let's see if we can roll that footage. Okay, it looks like we're having some issues with the video. Let's see if we can get that back. All right. Well, in the meantime, as we're trying to get the video back, I do have some great knowledge for those of you guys that are big fans of the Rosati sisters. They attended their first show in 1985 at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York, a very legendary building. They happened to run into Vince McMahon one night with some of the WWE honchos. And all of a sudden, Vince one day asked them to appear on TV. They got invited. They started going on the road. And whenever the WWE was in the Northeast, they were there. They've been down the road with Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Bret Hart, B. Brian Blair, you name it. And I think we have our video again here, so let's see if we can bring it up.
Hi everyone, my name is Vivian and I'm here with my sister Diane. We are the Rosati sisters and feel very honored to be accepted into this fan hall of fame. Didn't think we would get any kind of recognition of any kind whatsoever with what we did. But what got us started, at least for me, was Sports Illustrated magazine, believe it or not. And it was an April edition in 1985. I used to have a subscription with them. And Hulk Hogan was on the cover. And I decided to sit down and read this article. So this was the first time Sports Illustrated wrote about pro wrestling ever in the history of the magazine. And I read all 22 pages along with all little sub-articles and picture captions and everything. And it really intrigued me. So I basically wanted to find out where the show's on, on TV, what channels are carrying them. So I did find out the TV Guide, and I tuned in one Saturday morning after reading this particular article, and I found that it was really a lot of fast-paced action. There was a little bit of humor that was in there with some of the interviews that they used to do, and I really got hooked on it. And some of the talent, the guys especially, being a woman and all, I thought some of them were pretty darn cute. Some of them were nice and built, and I just got hooked on it right after that. And the following week, I was watching again on a Saturday, and my sister says, "What are you yelling at the TV about here so much in the morning?" And as I said, "Sit down and watch. You'll find out, what this is all about." And from that point on, she got hooked on it too. She liked the action. She liked the guys as well. And we just got even more and more intrigued about it because we knew that every now and then they would come up to the Mid-Hudson Civic Center.
Yes, I'm Diane, and again, I'm very honored to even be mentioned here at the Hall of Fame. It was an event coming up, and I was stressed out from doing my practicum for my teaching degree. I had a rough bunch of kids that I had to teach for the summer, and I said to Vivian, "There is a match going on in Poughkeepsie. You want to go and see it?" And she said, "Sure." So we went, and we enjoyed ourselves. And before you knew it, we started making our own signs that we would flash up, like "I'm with Stupid," when we pointing it toward Bobby Heenan. A few other choice, different insulting and pro wrestling kind of signs that we
some
would
amazing
make.
stuff.
And we had a ball doing it.
By the
and
Rosati's.
there was this one particular sign that
An absolute pleasure to induct three legends
Pink Brock
into the
and was for Adrian
WWE.
Adonis. And what we did
Our
is
history
we
here.
had a caption saying,
And I would like to,
Adrian's only means
I just
of
want to
fan
say the
support,
video
with
cut
this
out
bra
short,
attached to it.
unfortunately. There's still
And,
more. I don't know what happened.
we
the link is
also,
right there, though, on
at
the
the end
screen,
of the
guys. If you want to
matches,
check it, we will
we
post
decided to
all the
go
links
and
on
stop and grab
our
some
website, but I just want to let you know there was still more of the video, and it just cut out, so things can happen on a live show, guys, and then that's one of those things. But check out the link right there. I just spoke with them recently tonight, and they have some great stories on there, so we'll be posting it on our site. The link's right there.
Credo, I do have to give, and I want to make sure that we introduce them properly, the Rosati sisters, and that is Diane, Vivian, and Christine. So we want to thank you for those great stories. Be sure to check out that YouTube link. Welcome to the Mark Hall of Fame. So I'd like to bring my good friends, VIP Rude, who have a little introduction for you guys. We got many surprises to go. Right, VIP?
You got that right, man. I just want to say it is an honor to have the Rosati sisters in the Hall of Fame. Now, JBR, man, tell me about our next inductee.
Just real quick, if anybody was looking for that Sports Illustrated that the Rosatis were talking about, this is the one with Hulk Hogan on the cover. But our next inductee, as exciting as the Rosati...
Whoa. Before you even announce this man,
yes,
I think there's only one way that we could actually announce him, and that would be with a sign.
I see what you did there. And, I also have a sign. So.
Okay, yours might be a little better. Continue on, JBR.
You have seen this guy. You know him and you love him. He is wearing a red hat, the blue work shirt, and he runs around with the most hilarious signs ever and acts like just a complete idiot. I love this guy. I've met him twice. I talked to him. I actually own a Sign Guy sign. So for whatever that's worth, I'll let you guys know that too. His name is Rick Ochberger, and I think we have maybe 2 videos about this gentleman. So we will let the truck roll the first one for us.
People always ask me, who's your favorite wrestler? I like the ones when I hold up the sign. It gets so I like the ones when I hold up the sign. It gets so agitated. Umaga does.
Just a little taste from Rick Ochberger. That was one of the commercials that WWE actually put on there. He does not work for WWE, but he's just such a passionate fan that WWE took notice of him. Not only that, but he was on Deal or No Deal with the great Bobby Lashley and John Cena, but they had a little interference from Rated RKO, but he is a legend. Dallas, Texas is where he makes his home. You've probably seen him on TV numerous times. Unfortunately, VIP, because he's probably getting ready for Mania. Sign Guy could not be with us tonight, but I think
before we play his video, I know we got it queued up and everything. I just want to say that you could follow him at Rick WWE Sign Guy on Twitter. Now, he's a great guy. I know he's honored to be here tonight.
so. Like Brian was saying, he's a great guy. We're actually very happy to induct him into the Mark Hall of Fame. So we will post right now his comments.
Wow, this is quite an honor to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Marked Up, first and foremost, for recognizing the fans that just love wrestling. That the ones that are having a bad day, maybe on a Monday or like a Wednesday, and then what you got wrestling at night. It's something that I've always been passionate about for years. Just as a kid growing up, seeing Ric Flair and Tommy Rich and Mr. Wrestling and George the Animal Steele, all those guys on the TV on Saturday mornings, and then drifting off into the WWF and bringing my, going to a show and holding up a sign and having Mark Henry rip it up and maybe even give me a look like he's just going to just strangle me right there. It's such a rush. It is so great. I've been doing it, going on 13, 14 years, bringing signs to shows and trying to get a reaction, out of the wrestlers. But, if this is the Hall of Fame, thank you so much. And, number one, I want to thank Marked Up. I want to thank my friend Scott, done with me for all those times. He's very quiet, but he is passionate about wrestling as I am. In fact, when I'm being a jerk as usual and holding up signs and yelling, he feeds me lines, like, say this to them. So he's too cool. And Haven, his wife, for letting him go to all these events, 40 to 50 events a year for the last 13 years. It has been a blast. I want to thank my mom and dad for maybe finally understanding why I love going to wrestling events so much and watching it and just really enjoying the hell out of wrestling every week. You know, at first they're like, "What are you doing with your life? Come on, you're a grown man. You're making signs and stuff." Mom, Dad, you don't understand. And then Deal and O'Deal showed up, and oh, he must know what he's doing. Okay, you know, so that was pretty cool. Also, I wanted to thank my late wife Cindy for being understanding. She was the love of my life, and unfortunately, I lost her back in 2002. But she was always there for me, and knew how passionate I was about wrestling, and was very supportive. She wasn't too much into it, but you know, she understood how me and Scott used to love to go. So thank you there, and I want to thank the fans. I mean, over the years, you know, going to these shows and meeting fans, WWE fans, wrestling fans all over the world, how passionate they are, and you know, how creative they are with signs. Well, I get jealous at some of these signs. They think, "Oh man, I should have thought of that. That's so good." They're too cool, and they have a blast just as much as I do. And I guess, lastly, I want to thank the WWE. You know, thank you for giving everyone the entertainment. You know, when you, like I said before, when you have a bad day.
Hey, Guy, like I said, this is
there's
me
always the
and
WWE
the Sign Guy
on the
circa
DVDs, or it's Monday, or it's Wednesday, or
Louis, Missouri.
You know, if you're hungover on a Saturday.
What
you got
a
Saturday
classy
Morning
guy! What a
Slam.
great induction!
Everything.
And
it's just so great.
once
And go to a
again,
live
I mean, we've
event
had some
and,
amazing
just have a blast
inductees
and
tonight.
see
And
guys
VIP,
and
I know
girls,
you're dying to say something, buddy.
just putting on just one hell of a
I
show.
have to say
And
that Sign
goes to
Guy
the
is
staff
so
as
well known across the
Everybody
entire
behind the
Mark
scenes
universe
putting on this
that
great
he
show.
even showed up
Thank you
in
very
2008
much for that.
in
Boy, this is
Poughkeepsie,
almost
New
like a
York,
real
where we are
experience.
based
This is
of.
cool.
And he brought his signs, he brought his personality.
Marked up
He showed up in Poughkeepsie, man, and
for
he's all over the
nominating me
world. So
for the Hall of Fame.
congratulations
Thank you.
to Rick, the Sign Guy. Nobody deserves it more than him.
Once again. Rez!
What's up, boys?
How's it going?
Sorry I didn't have a sign. You know, I just wasn't quite ready for it. But what I do have actually is another inductee into the Mark Hall of Fame. Now, Marks, if it wasn't for this guy, there would be no Marks group on Facebook. But before I give him any proper introduction, I figured he needs a little entrance music. We can do this the right way. And let's see. Please tell me that music doesn't get you pumped up every time. But again, like I said, this guy is the creator of the Marks Group. He is the founder. He is the Mark Father. He is one of the original 3 here on Marked Up. He is also very involved with the House of Hardcore. He is the man that put that DVD and Blu-ray together. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you get it. Now, without further ado, our last inductee into the 2013 Mark Hall of Fame, none other than the man they call Credo, the Mark Father. Here he is, Steve Credo.
Woo! Raz, man, after that video, I don't know what to do except for this. I gotta take this jacket off, elbow drop it, because this is what it's all about, Raz. It's being a Mark. The backdrop is gone right now. This is my world back here. This is it. This is it, Raz. Now let me tell you. Let me take you off real quick. So many things have happened. So many things have happened this in the past 2 years. I'm going to show you a little link. We're going to put this on the screen. Look at these links. click on more and you'll see it. We have our Facebook group, Marked Up for Life. You can like us on there. We have the Pro Wrestling Marks group. You can join us at facebook.com/group/Pro Wrestling Marks. Go to Twitter, follow at Marks for Life. Cafe Press, you can buy the shirt at Marks for Life. ProWrestlingMarks.blogspot.com. Tout, who even uses that anymore, but we even have an account. And then finally, our newest page, our home of homes right now, is this page right here. The marksforlife.wix.com/marksforlife. It has all the links on there, guys. Guys, I started out just like you. I may not be a sign guy. I may not be a clown. I may not even be the WWE's biggest fan, but you know what? I'm a mark just like you guys. I started out liking it. Hell, I even have the WMF Heavyweight Championship, and if you don't even know what that is, then you better tune into this show every week, and you should know what it is. You see, guys, it ain't just about being the fan. It ain't just about being the mark. It's about all of us, Marks for Life, coming together. This is what we do. This is our life, our way of living. We go to the shows. We buy the autographs. We put our asses in the seats. Without us, without any of us, there would be no professional wrestling. You see, that's why I came up with the Mark Hall of Fame. Last year we did a Hall of Fame just like any other blog post or podcast or page wants to do. They want to have their own Hall of Fame, fine. Announce wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior. You know, announce whoever you want. We did it. But you know what? From now on, it's about the marks. Because without each and every one of you out there, even over here in the chat, down here in the mark space, or I'll call it, without us, they ain't worth crap. You know what I'm saying? They ain't worth it at all. But guys, I've done so much in my little mark career that there's only so much more to do. You know, I've worked with the House of Hardcore and Tommy Dreamer. I took my graphic expertise and video masterpieces and made it to a DVD. I made it to a website. I made a Mark DVD. If you go to that site, make sure you go to .net, not .com. You can get the House of Hardcore DVD. Edited by me, graphics done by me, commercials done by me, logo done by me. I don't want to take all the credit, but you know what I'm saying? It's a mark video. I'm in the business, and now I'm in the business of being a mark. And guys, that's what it's all about. This speech is going to be longer than anybody else's, so I had to make it right. So guys, everybody listening, I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around for the Mark Hall of Fame. But it doesn't end there, because next week, I'm going to bring the other marks back on. Next week begins the road to WrestleMania and the road to Markamania. See, Markamania is the next biggest thing coming out of the Marks for Life. What is Markamania? Guys, if you haven't been watching, if you haven't been sticking around and seeing it, go to our website right now after the show. Check out the promos on there, Marks for Life. Now, see, this is Markamania. Markamania is going to pin the Marks versus the Marks. And that's where it's going to break apart this whole Mark universe. The Marks are actually having matches now. Check out the website. You can check out the WMF, the World Mark Federation. The Mark universe is exploding right now. And guys, we're going to be at all the shows. You'll see us. So, hey, keep marking out. Keep being a mark. Because that's what it's all about. Let me bring in the other guys. Raz, thanks for your intro. I'm going to bring on Albert. I'm going to bring on one half of VIP Rude for now, and then we'll get the other guy in. Guys, what a night.
Credo, we forgot to thank one person for this whole event. The guy pushing the buttons behind the screen. Johnny B. Rude said for the monkeys in the trunk to hit play on those videos. Well, here he is. Can we get him into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
The monkey's back.
Enough for your.
I'm so excited.
All
right, guys. Let's.
I just thought, a little humor here.
Hey, that's what it's all about. But next week, guys, let's plug the show, because next week it's all more wrestling. Next week we're talking WrestleMania first and foremost, Raz. It's starting to build up. We've just added Wade Barrett versus The Miz. Not we, but the WWE added that Intercontinental Championship to the match. They've also added Brodus, Tensai, and the Funkadactyls versus the Bellas, Damian Sandow, and Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania. So we're going to be talking about all the matches, everything next week. So guys, if you tune into this show next week, episode 50, Raz, Albert, Johnny B. Rude. We can only fit 4 in the box, or else I'd be talking to VIP, but we'll bring them in. What do you guys think, though?
You know
next
what?
week's WrestleMania.
Well, you know what? I'll speak real quick here because I want to step out because I want to hear VIP's thoughts. But I will tell you this right now, that the build-up to WrestleMania hasn't been what I expected. But maybe that's good for us because maybe we should expect the unexpected, and maybe the WWE will deliver. And I did take a look at the weather for all you weather marks out there, and it does look like that it's probably going to be in the 50s during the day.
Some rain, Raz. I saw some rain on there. I'm just saying.
You shut your mouth.
I'm gonna go in the rain. Okay,
you
I'll
shut
wear
your
this
mouth,
t-shirt in the
Mark
rain.
Father.
Bring it.
So I'm going to bring VIP in here because I know he's got a few things to say about WrestleMania.
Albert, man, I think you're the only one right now that isn't going to WrestleMania. Can we start to get Albert to WrestleMania fun? Is it too late? Is it too late? Can we get you even to tailgate, brother?
Listen, I'm echoing the same sentiments that Jeremy White is. This is mid-card mania. I could meet up with you guys on a Saturday. So
we're going to the Access and then Hall of Fame, brother. Come on, you got to know these things. We're going to be there. The March for Life will be there.
I'll be there.
Albert, just for everybody knowing, I want to state again, we got the WrestleMania show and Markamania preview show next Wednesday here, episode 50. But I'm going to let Johnny B. Rude and VIP tell everybody where they're going to be next Friday and where you can meet them. And then I'll bring on Raz and we're going to tell where we're going to be. Johnny B. Rude, VIP.
I will tell you this right now. I don't get along with this guy, and we have an upcoming match at Markamania, but I'm putting my differences aside. Me and the legendary Woes down there in the corner are going to be at WWE Access, followed by Ring of Honor in New York. So any of you that are going to be out there, any of you listening, any of you that want to come meet JBR, one half of the most dominant tag team ever, VIP Rude, and Woes, one half of a just terrible, terrible tag team, the CWO. Come meet us, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at Mania, and yeah, that's where we'll be, and I know that Credo and Raz are going to be elsewhere, so we've split up the group a little bit, but you can come meet them too. Where are you guys going to be?
We're going to be at PWS Friday night. New Jack, his last match against the Necro Butcher. All I can say is that match may not be the most technical match, but God, good God, there may be some blood.
Oh man! Okay, Raz, think about it. It's going to be his last match. His last match is Thursday and Friday. We're going to be there Friday, so he has to live through Thursday to see Friday. Hopefully, Friday. I don't know. I think he's going to go all out. That's going to be insane. But all in all, guys, that's what it's about. Next, it's a Mark weekend. You got all these indie shows, Ring of Honor, PWS, all these other things. I know VIP.
Listen, you may have what's upcoming in the indie circuit, but listen, man. Next week, we will be 1 week away from Markamania. And Woes, I'm begging you to come on the VIP lounge. Face me, face Johnny B. Rude, face to face. We are offering you an open mic. Woes, if you have the guts, show up next week, 1 week before our match at Markamania. And we will give you an open mic to say whatever you want. But we also have an open mic of ourselves. So, Woes, the offer stands.
There you go, guys.
Wait,
what a show.
Actually, Credo, with us just speaking about all the events we're going to be at, and we're all going to be at the same event together, which is Access on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. We'll also be
We'll have our own booth.
Yep, we'll be at the Hall of Fame, and we'll also be at WrestleMania the very next day. All four that you see here will be there. So I am opening up a challenge to the marks out there. And the prize is going to be good, and it's not going to be an autograph signed picture of me because that's not how I roll. But I will tell you this right now: the first mark that gets a picture of all four of us with them is going to get a marked up T-shirt or just a marked T-shirt of your choosing.
Courtesy of Raz's wallet.
Of the Raz.
Raz, I hope 100 people show up for all four of these photos because you're gonna have a lot of checks to sign for those shirts.
Like I said, it's only one. I said the first person.
Guys,
first person.
I just want to say thank you to every single inductee of the Mark Hall of Fame tonight. You guys did amazing. We did amazing, and it was our honor to induct you guys into the Mark Hall of Fame.
Yes. And VIP, I just want to say before we sign off, guys, I think I'm going to try to do a different Mark Hall of Fame, not just once a year, but I'm going to try maybe doing it twice a year at the next biggest pay-per-view of the year, which is SummerSlam. So maybe SummerSlam, we might have a few more inductees, but it's not going to be as many. It might just be one or two. So every WrestleMania, SummerSlam, maybe we induct a few more. So guys, we're going to end the show a little different, though. Usually we say, let's say it, united we stand.
Divided
we mark.
Thanks. There you go. But I'm going to end once again with the Hall of Fame video, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thanks,
episode
Mark.
50. And see you.
There's no I in Mark. There's no I in Mark, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all.
All right, guys. See you.